If you want to fix a monetization issue that you have with your local newsletter, like this one, then this video is going to help you out. In the previous video, we broke down exactly what a local jobs board is and exactly how it can help you out with making more money. We ran through the numbers, the costs, and how much you could expect to make. What we're going to do in this video, however, is I'm going to talk about how you can get more people to find your jobs board so that you can make more money. So if you're not sure what a jobs board is or how to set it up, go and watch the previous video in this series. But as you can see here, we're breaking down the Bend Buzz newsletter. Bend is in Oregon in the States. We're talking about in this series how this newsletter is making money, all the different monetization strategies they've got. We're also going to get into how you could write a newsletter like this in 10 minutes instead of a couple of hours using AI, and we'll break down their social media strategy as well. So if that sounds of interest to you, make sure you subscribe. But what you can see here is they've got a list of jobs, and this is their jobs board that they have been running. Now, it's new that they've added to their website. You can see they've already got the newsletter, blog, and then we've got the jobs board. But what makes a jobs board so great is that somebody clicks here, they then have to pay $25 in order to get their job listed, which means that essentially once you've got the jobs board set up, $25 every time somebody posts a job. We do set this up for people. If you want to do this in a couple of days instead of weeks, then just send me an email. You'll find the email address down in the description. And for not a lot of money, we can set this up for you. Or again, down in the description, there's links to software that does this for you, and you can get it done yourself if you've got the time to do it. But just make sure if you are going to do it yourself, you have the time not just to set up the software, but to pre-populate it as well, because it doesn't look good to land on a jobs board and there's nothing here at all. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. How can you get more people onto your jobs, or more jobs, I should say, onto your jobs board, so we've got more people registering in order to be able to pay you money and to get their jobs put onto the jobs board. So the easiest way to do this is to work with agencies. Okay, so this is a prompt that I use inside of ChatGPT. You can use it in other AI models, but it's basically trained just to come up with creative ways to make money from a local newsletter. So I've said how to work with local recruitment agencies to get more postings on your local job board, because it's great going out to individual businesses, but what you want to do is you want to provide a valuable resource for people that are in your local jobs market, and recruitment agencies are one of those groups of people. So you want to go out there and find all of the businesses that are in your local area that deal with recruitment. You can do a Google search, or if you like AI tools, go on Perplexity. Just say, give me all of the recruitment agencies or hiring companies, or however you want to phrase it, within a 10-mile radius of whatever your location is, and it will give you all of the details. But what's going to happen is that you can strike up a deal with agencies in order to encourage them to post onto your jobs board. So it says here you can go for a revenue share. So you offer agencies a 70-30 or a 60-40 split per post, $100 paid, they earn 60. Okay, so if the recruitment agency out there, somebody comes in and says, hey, look, I'm looking to hire a driver, or I'm looking to hire a manager, they'll take them on the recruitment agency, and then they'll suggest going to your jobs board, filling this out. Maybe there's a little coupon code as a reference that will give the person that signs up a little bit of money off, but that's a way for you to track how many times the recruitment agency has sent people over to actually register. And every time you make money, they earn money. Okay, I probably actually say they earn less than 60. I don't really like this suggestion. They earn like 20, 30, 40, and you earn the bulk of it. Another way you can do this is with more of a subscription model. So you can go over and say, look, you get jobs coming in, you post them. I've got a jobs board specifically for locals. I've got a newsletter specifically for locals. I've got a blog specifically for locals. And you might not have the blog, but you'll have the jobs board and you have the newsletter. You say to them, I'm going to be charging $100. Let's say, imagine it's the full price on what the Ben Buzz is doing here. But what I'll do is you just give me X amount of money and you can post unlimited jobs on my jobs board. So what this means is you know exactly how much money you've got going into your bank account. So maybe for $250 or $500 a month, they can have unlimited listings and unlimited newsletter shout outs. And this is actually my favorite model because you can then also back this up with an automation where you're regularly emailing your contacts, checking in with them, making sure they've remembered, messaging them saying, hey, you've still got, X number of credits, or I saw you put like Y number of jobs. Do you have any more? And as long as they're making their money back by getting these positions filled quickly, then they're going to keep paying you. And like I said in the previous video, this software's cost $15.99 more in order to run. So you get one recruitment agency to pay you a subscription for unlimited jobs, then happy days for you. You've covered a lot of your costs. And then you can put the rest of the money into profit or Facebook ads to grow your newsletter, because you can get newsletter subscribers from Facebook ads. The industry standard number they throw around is around about 50 cents. And from what we've seen, that's a pretty good indicator, pretty good benchmark if you're doing your ads correctly. Other things you could do is you could do a featured upgrade. So highlight the agency in the top local jobs. So you might actually, if we go back to the jobs board here, have a little banner about a particular recruitment agency, make it nice and colorful, pin it up here, and then for a certain amount of money, they get that agency gets highlighted, or their listings get highlighted, and they can have that section for $50 a week, whatever they want. Again, that's more money. You could do cross promotions, so they promote your board to clients and vice versa. Include logo and get backlinks, which is good for traffic. You get data value, so provide monthly performance reports showing ROI. That's not necessarily going to bring you more money, but that's definitely going to help with retention. So if you say, look, you're paying me $250, but I closed all of these jobs, you told me, that all of these jobs got promoted, you should have made X amount of money, 10, 15 times what you paid me. They're going to keep paying you. And then you've got local exclusivity, which I'm a big fan of, which is where you only work with one agency per sector. So you might just go for a general agency, but you might have a temp agency, and then also there might be a healthcare, retail, and you just work with one of them. So if you're in quite a big area and let's say there's three of these companies, there's recruitment agencies that deal with teachers in your local area, you only work with one. Okay, you give them a low price, you put them on a subscription model, you say, I'm not going to let any other teacher jobs from recruitment agencies go onto this, onto my jobs board if you pay me X amount of money. And when you stop paying me that much, then I'll just go to one of the other agencies and sign them up. This is also a great thing to do with advertisers and sponsorships. So you can go to an advertiser, let's say you go and work with a plumber, you say you're the only plumber I'm going to work with. Or maybe you go and you work with a roofer, you're the only roofer, beautician, whatever it is that I'm going to work with. So this is how you can keep that retention, is providing data and also that local exclusivity. So definitely go away and, get in contact with local businesses. You can run fairly cheap meta ads for local businesses and just say, hey, did you know this job board exists? If you want to use it, here's a promo code. You could run ads like that very cheaply. Again, you can promote it in your newsletter so people are aware that it's there to get some jobs put onto the jobs board. You can promote it on social media, but finding local recruitment agencies that have lots and lots of jobs is a great way for you to be able to make sure that your jobs board is always populated and you've got that money coming in. So in the next video, we're going to talk about a different monetization strategy that this newsletter is using. You can see here they've got affiliate links, We're going to talk about that. If you go up the top here, they've got an ad as well. We're going to talk about getting sponsorships and advertising, and we'll sign up to the newsletter as well and see how they're earning money through their welcome series. So hopefully we'll see you in the next one. If you want to learn a little more about AI or how to get started, check out this video on the screen.